Transgenderism should be eradicated from public life entirely.
Oh man, what a prompt. Let's check out a clip.
How are you going to get people to stop being trans?
I think we're going to tell boys that they're not girls,
so we're
going to
tell boys that they're not girls, and they're going to listen.
Yeah, basically.
Really?
Yeah, that's what we've done for most of history.
That happened to me, and I can promise you to God that I didn't listen.
Yeah, well, because we live at a time that is affirming the transgender delusion. But if we lived at a more sensible time, probably you would have listened, and you might have had some. And I think we should just return to a more sensible kind of politics.
So Michael Knowles is advocating that our society should shift, and instead of affirming that men can become women and that women can become men, that we should do the opposite, like the majority of societies have done over the course of human history. The thing that I find perplexing is not that the transgender person disagrees, that makes sense, but that they view it as like it's somehow not possible, even though this country operated for literally centuries without affirming this ideology.
What is yours? You're not giving a solution on how you would even be capable of doing something.
I think I am. I think we kick the fellas out of the boys' bathroom. We kick the transgender teaching out of schools.
How are you going to do that?
We just enforce the law as it was before 2015.
There was a law prohibiting trans women to go into the women's bathroom or trans men going into the men's bathroom.
Yeah, it's there in the term women's bathroom.
That's a law.
That's why men can't go in.
That's a law.
Yeah. Yes, there are all sorts of laws against public indecency, for one, against men going into women's sports leagues. There are all sorts of regulations against that, or at least there were until recently. We did not have established in public life transgenderism until very, very recently.
That's not true.
That's
not true.
And once again, we have this odd objection. Like, of course, transgenderism hasn't been accepted publicly until recently, but this person's going to try to disprove that, and it's not going to work out very well.
What about the two-spirited people?
What is the two-spirited people?
In the indigenous community, they are, I don't want to get into semantics, but I know that the fact is that there has always been trans people.
So we can already see a coherent argument isn't really forming. It's kind of just laying on, no, it is true. But Michael Knowles is going to dismantle that.
You know where the phrase two-spirited came from?
I don't. Please enlighten me.
It came from the 3rd annual Intertribal Native American First Nations Gay and Lesbian Americans Conference in 1990. And the woman who coined that term...
I just don't think that that's true.
Turns out they did fact check it, and it's a made-up term by a woman in 1990 who said it came to her in a dream. I encourage you to go check out the whole debate. It's very fascinating, and I just had a hard time finding any reasonable, coherent arguments from the people around the circle against any of the prompts that Michael Knowles had. And I'm not saying I agreed with everything that he said, but he is clearly much more on the side of truth, which is just going to be a lot more consistent when you have a God-centered worldview that grounds reality.